This week on News Time. Sorry guys, I'm a little distracted. I ordered something important from Amazon and the package is late. So if I keep looking off screen, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just what I said. I'm flustered. Sorry. While we wait, I guess I could tell you what the show's about or whatever. Amazon Studios is reworking its entire executive infrastructure. They're even making up positions for some people, while others get mix and match duties. Meanwhile, Netflix and the Cannes Film Festival are in the middle of a Cold War. Is that it? No. And Hulu's value nearly triples thanks to hot deals with Spotify and HBO. As you can see, the tremendous streamers are being as malleable as possible in order for you to get enjoyment out of there. Where in the world is this gosh darn finally? Jeez, 2 days ship in my butt. You want to know what's in the box? It's what I've been waiting for the past few minutes. Really? You do for real? Okay, I get it. Let's take a cue from John Krasinski and lower the volume. Come here. It's news time.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
No matter how fast you want your Naruto headband, Amazon will not expedite it because you have ninja business to take care of. I don't even watch the show. Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White. And this is the comedy news that you didn't know about. For the past few months, I've covered every streaming network's biggest moves, from Netflix's massive deals with Shonda Rhimes and Ryan Murphy, to Hulu's issues with original comedy shows, to Amazon's attempt at becoming streaming's version of HBO. The thing is, so much happens with these networks week after week. Shows and movies come and go, execs too, and that's why we're taking a look at how they're doing right now. A tide change is incoming. News Time is going to be one step ahead. Ow! Is that a Lego piece? First up is Amazon. It's from the earlier bit. As I recently stated, the world's largest package delivering service is bolstering its television executives and has been doing so for months now. Jennifer Salk, NBC Entertainment president turned head of Amazon Studios, is the latest addition, having joined the team this past February, months after the ousting of Roy Price. Salk is using her newfound power to hire the best and brightest for Amazon's ambitions, and she's making things up as she goes, which looks to be good. For now. For instance, Chief Operating Officer Albert Chang, who served as temporary head of the studio after Price's insufficient, he was a real bad guy, will be introduced as the co-head of television, a position that didn't exist at the company until this past week. Chang will also keep his duty as COO for studios, which makes sense because he will be the only co-head. The other position has yet to be filled. Salk is said to be looking for someone who has more experience on the creative side of television. But Chang isn't the only person who is simultaneously working two jobs at Amazon Studios. Sharon Guado is now turning focus to genre programming instead of just comedy and drama, for which she was shifted to temporary head of this past October after having originally been hired to run event series. Now, Guado's entire reach encompasses event series in sci-fi, fantasy, and supernatural. Then there's Mark Reztegnini, who was hired as head of current in July and now is in charge of drama shows. Nick Hall is now in charge of all things young adult and his new head of alternative role after originally being hired to run comedy before being shifted to drama this past July. Hall's efforts will also attract talent and new ventures to studios as well as specialty series. Finally, there's Georgia Brown, whose job it is to bring in UK-based series. Salk's shakeup of the heads of Amazon Studios is exactly as it sounds. I can't help but think she put all the names and positions in a hat and dug in there, matching up random names with random job titles. But she's done more in a month than what that turd stirrer Roy Price had done in years with the company. Take Ms. Guado. Her leaving that events position all those months ago to focus on Amazon's bigger, broader, appealing shows led to that billion-dollar Lord of the Rings TV show. So Thank her, nerds. But she and CEO Bezos are also at fault for the cancellation of some of the network's better, more focused shows. Yes, broader shows will net you more views in the short run, but no one's going to remember or relate to them 20 years from now. Price ended Good Girls Revolt because he's a sick piece of trash, but that show could live such a lustrous life in today's times. Bezos putting award winner Mozart in the Jungle and Tig Notaro's magnum opus One Mississippi on the chopping block is ill-advised at best. At its worst, the decision paints Amazon as a surface-level dependent network trying to impress everyone with its new car when it secretly can't drive stick. It's always grinding those gears. While Amazon struggles to find its footing on television, Netflix is having issues with finding its place within the movie sphere. Around this time last year, I did a News Time episode covering the Cannes Film Festival's decision to lock out distributors whose movies didn't spend any time in theaters. It was a win for purists and seemingly a loss for the big red streamer, but all Netflix has to do for eligibility is put the movies in theaters for 2 weeks. The only caveat being the movies can't appear for in-home viewing for 36 months, a now infamous rule in France. And it's not like they're hurting for cash, given how much they drop on below mediocre shows. Lost in Space may look pretty, but reviews for it are as low as the Marvel shows and any DreamWorks show. Ted Sarandos told Variety that the streamer was pulling out of Cannes due to the new theater rule. Cannes director Terry Firmau said both sides are talking it out right as we speak. But as Variety contributor Raman Satuda points out in his interview with Sarandos, this new rule in regards to theatrical releases makes it look like Cannes doesn't want a movie to have the title of a Netflix release. Everyone from Orson Welles' daughter to filmmakers who are working with Netflix on Cannes films are utterly disappointed. Yet no one is taking sides. They have to remain diplomatic in order to get work in the future, after all. But back on this whole cash topic, Netflix, the streaming network that's supposed to be for the people, awarded multi-million-dollar windfalls to execs for basically doing nothing. These are the 4 execs that were given over $27 million in bonuses after Netflix took advantage of a tax law loophole. A new tax law amendment was instituted last year saying that the company must raise salaries in lieu of bonuses. But that's neither here nor there because you love binging content on Netflix and you don't care at what cost. Then there's Hulu, the streamer everyone forgets. I've had both Hulu and Netflix accounts since their individual inceptions, but the former never gets any credit for bringing network TV and a good selection of shows and movies to the world. For the cheapest fee, too. Now, the green streamer is teaming up with 2 different companies to offer discounts. First up is Spotify. The two are giving the gift of streaming music and streaming shows for the low price of $13 per month. For now, it's only available to current Spotify subs, with the offer going wide this summer. The 2 companies previously teamed up for a $5 student package aimed at college kids this past winter. Then Hulu offered up another 1-2 punch. That's how you punch. The HBO add-on is $5 for an unspecified limited amount of time instead of its regular $15. That's cheaper than getting HBO Now or just having cable. Of course, you can't have both on the Spotify and HBO bundle, so take your pick. So there you have it. That's where the big 3 streaming networks lie within the streaming space. This week, they each have their wins and losses, but they're all worth something. Amazon is looking to restructure itself as a true competitor and alternative to the others. Netflix is on its own journey to be taken more seriously in the film space, even if it means looking childish. And Hulu is being all cute over there in the corner by itself as it poses values over originals. They do need more shows and comedies in particular, though. But you know what you need? You need to subscribe and check out one of our other videos. Of course, you can always head to the website, cpluscomedy.com, where there are so many great things that it comes with this shirt. Just kidding, it doesn't. You can follow us on Twitter at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast. And be sure to always have a follow-up to things you're going to say, because I sounded like an idiot earlier.